If you think about it, content is the collective knowledge of a company. If you take content away, the business doesn't function at all. But where is the company knowledge actually to be found? I mean, we have a lot of pieces of content scattered all over the place, some in local file systems or cloud file storage, a lot of documents such as Google Docs, Sheets, and Slides too. And increasingly, content is created in specialist SaaS platforms like Canva, Figma, Notion, Airtable, and Miro, not to mention all the public content in our websites and social media and digital asset management systems. Simply put, there isn't an organized set of company knowledge. There's just a lot of fragments which we have to wade through. It's no wonder then that 20% of time is spent looking for content. That's one whole day per person per week. But worst of all, 44% of these searches are reportedly unsuccessful, which causes a lot of duplication and waste. Beyond the time wasted, the impact is even more severe. Frustration and lack of clarity have been found to result in low motivation and imposter syndrome. The lack of an organized set of company knowledge leads to misalignment, misunderstanding of purpose, and ultimately slows down growth. Today, I'm going to introduce you to our new platform, which solves this massive problem head on. But actually, what I'm going to introduce you to today is much, much more than just bringing cloud files and documents together into one place. Today, I'll introduce you to a platform which redefines the very way we think about content. I'm Tom Brooke, the founder and CEO of Qurate. I started my career designing the intranet at Rolls-Royce in the UK back in 1999 and became interested in knowledge graph architecture in the early 2000s, building what I believe was the first headless graph API, which allowed brands to manage their content in Flash sites before Flash got a bad name. Together with Digby and Osgood, we started building bespoke content platforms for brands and media companies in 2008. But it wasn't until 2019 that I met Martin, who was running his own marketing consultancy at the time and has nearly 20 years of experience in sales and marketing, having worked in numerous global tech startups. And he'd seen firsthand the way customer-facing teams were struggling with content. Together, we saw a much larger opportunity for a whole new category. Qurate brings all content together in one place. Content aligns with company strategy, such as customer segments, jobs to be done, and features and benefits. And this creates an explorable graph where any content can be found instantly. Content can be saved for easy access and shared with others without detaching it from the original source, and even pushed to employees based on their department, role, and time at company. Perfect for updating and onboarding. But in addition to the 20% of time looking for content, there's a much bigger problem lurking in the background, which we've all largely ignored because we just thought it was part of our jobs. A work about work is 2/3 of the working week. 3 days per week are spent doing things like making sense of things due to a lack of context, or time explaining things to other people due to poor communication, manually maintaining and updating documents due to a lack of integration and automation. Now, we don't want to be spending our lives in a data swamp. We all want to make impact. We need clarity and alignment, and we need a system that brings us together and makes company knowledge available as insight for me to run with. The killer app of Qurate is curation, which allows you to create deep context by including several documents together in a single document, just like assets. And combined with workflows, multi-threaded conversations, revisions, and approval in real time, this is the work about work killer, which will see a massive lift from anyone that uses it. We see a low-cost self-serve opportunity for small teams, all the way up to $1 million annual revenue deployments in companies over 1,000 people. Now, everyone we speak to has the problem and loves the solution. But after talking to over 50 leaders and influencers over the past 12 weeks, we've got a lot closer to finding our sweet spot. Fast-growing, early-stage B2B startups of between 100 and 500 people. Now, this is the top 10% of your portfolio. Not only are these companies aggressively scaling, but there's no old tech in place to rip out, and content is driving the entire customer journey. Now, we've been running a pilot with content strategists where we closed 20 paying customers with a 43% conversion. And we're now targeting leadership of companies directly and have increased our prices 100 times from this month. We already have one LOI at the new price point, and we're talking to several CEOs. With another 5 customers, we'll hit $1 million annual revenue and become cash flow positive. And then we plan to T2, D3 over the next 5 years. Now, we want your portfolio to be efficient and effective too. So introduce us to your portfolio companies. Come and join me in the breakout room after the pitches. Thank you.